Hello and welcome to Board Games, Bricks, and Hobbies. Today we'll be taking a look at all of the 2024 LEGO sets, specifically those whose images have been released, and I will be giving my thoughts about them. So if you came to hear some random person on the internet's thoughts about a children's toy, well, you have come to the right place, and I'm sure there's no shortage of people doing this. So I do appreciate those of you who are sticking around and giving this a look/listen. And if you enjoy the content, do consider subscribing. It's totally free and helps support the channel, and like, share, all that jazz. I have to say it because that's the way YouTube works. So we'll be starting off with some popular themes. Well, I guess we can talk about this first, since it's up here. And then we'll get into City and Ninjago, and we'll start with the popular ones and work our way down from there. So Natural History Museum. I myself am not a collector of the modular building series. I do think they're cool. They're just not something that I collect. I don't really have the space for them, and the old-timey stuff isn't particularly my fancy. But I think this is a great looking set. I do find it amusing that the modular buildings seem to keep getting shorter and shorter with each one. Like, they used to almost always be 3 floors, and now we're down to 2. So that is interesting. They are definitely getting denser. So the parts count is staying about the same, but the visual difference in the size has been apparent. And yeah, this one looks good overall. I've seen a couple reviews for it, and yeah, I'm sure it'll do great for those who are interested in that. It's just not for me. Now let's go ahead and dive into City. All right, we'll skip the poly bags. I don't think those really need to be talked about. Race car. That's a pretty standard City set. I don't think there's anything to complain about there. These go-karts are fun. They remind me a bit of the karts that came in this Lego Racer game that I had as a child. Very similar aesthetic, just with some newer pieces, obviously. And this is very reminiscent of Zalix, because it's the same part, obviously. And also, I should say these are totally unscripted. I haven't written anything down, and I've only watched reviews for a handful of these sets. So most of this is just going to be off the cuff thoughts and opinions. We have Steamroller. Is this a 4+ set? It looks pretty basic. So basic but functional. It's pretty bare bones, but it is a $10 Steamroller, so there you have it. Monster truck here. That's a monster truck. I don't see any problems with this. I'm sure the children are gonna love smashing cars with that. I feel like it could have come with maybe like a cone, or like a ramp would have increased the price too much, but they could have thrown in like some sort of thing to drive over or crush or drive around. Some emergency ambulance, clearly a 4+ set. It's using that chassis. I do like the newer colors they've been using on these. They're a bit more European than US, which is fine. Burger truck. This is another one to add to the pile of food-shaped vehicles. I think they did an ice cream one. Did they do a pizza one? I feel like I remember them doing a pizza one, but so it looks good. That is a massive burger. I always think it's hilarious how out of proportion Lego food is. This is larger than the entire torso. That's amusing. Yeah, good set so far. Emergency rescue helicopter. This isn't a new thing. They've done four of these at this point. They've done a lot. So I do like the tail design on this. I think that's an innovative. It's a cool, different way to do that with the tail thing there. Race car and carrier truck. This looks very Fast and Furious-esque. Yeah, tried to do something different here with the front. I'm not sure it works. It doesn't look terrible, but it's just, this is obviously a window piece, and to me, I just can't unsee that. Um, but I'm sure people will like it. The colors are fun, I guess. That everyone loves that teal. Fire rescue motorcycle. This looks like a 4+ set, so I can't harp on it too much. I'm sure it's fine. Fire rescue helicopter, another one. But again, you have to remember, products only stay on the shelf for like 2 to 3 years, at least the Lego City ones. If that, it might even be less than that. And so you have to keep in mind that the kids 4 years ago didn't have a chance to get the Lego fire helicopter. So I can't really be too annoyed with Lego for making another fire helicopter that looks almost the same as the last one. But yeah, this isn't gonna wow anyone, I don't think. 4x4 fire truck. What's the price on this one? This looks good. It's a shame they don't really do fabric tents too much, except in Friends. I think Friends still has a lot of fabric pieces. So it's a shame that City doesn't get any more of those, but this looks fine. It's an off-roady type vehicle. Another massive fire rescue plane. I've never been a huge fan of these weird specialized planes, like the fire ones and the police ones. It's a bit too niche. I do like more of just the standard like jets and things like that. But yeah, this is probably a little overpriced. Fire station. It looks good. This is an interesting kind of cantilevered look there. This engine looks pretty small, but I guess that probably keeps the price down. We have another drone because kids like drones. But yeah, it's a different style, very kind of modern. Not like any fire station I've ever seen, but it's cool. Police car, muscle car. This is interesting. Looks very Hot Wheels-esque there. Kind of futuristic Lamborghini-looking squad car there. It's interesting. I wonder if this is going to use those attachment systems. My guess is probably not, but it would be kind of fun if this used the swappable pieces like the set from last year, the garage set used, because then you could kind of swap around the police car and the racer car. You could just swap around like the bumpers and stuff. I doubt that's what this is going to have, but that would be cool if they did. All right, speedboat, Crook's Hideout. Fun set. It's different, and I like that. I like different. Definitely reminds me of the Hovercraft Hideout a bit from World City, which is kind of an underrated city theme in my opinion. I'll probably have to do a video on that at some point. But wow, yeah, it looks good, and you can take away some of this and make it just like a normal dock harbor set and kind of get rid of the criminal thing, which is unnecessary in my view. Mobile crime lab, whatever. Giant prison island, okay. We made Alcatraz, unnecessary in my opinion. Space construction mech. Now these space sets have been getting quite a bit of buzz, and I think most of them look all right. Yeah, there's a new orange that people are happy and unhappy about. I'm indifferent. I don't have any strong opinions. It's a new color, but yeah, and the new I'm more annoyed about the change in the window color, which is changing apparently from trans brown to trans black, and that does kind of annoy me a bit. I don't dislike the new color. It's more just that Lego said that they weren't going to change any of their primary colors, and here they are slowly phasing out, or seemingly beginning to phase out trans brown. But we'll have to see what happens 2-3 years down the line here. Yeah, someone pointed out in a video or in a comment somewhere that this is very Mass Effect-esque, and I 100% agree. That's exactly what I thought when I saw this. It definitely looks like Mass Effect style rover thing, whatever that was. It the Mako? Is that what it was called? Looks like the Mako. Modular space station. I do think it's kind of cool they kept these modular systems, even though people probably don't have, the kids at least have probably grown up out of the sets that used it originally. Another lunar base. It's fine. I think the addition of the aliens are fun. It makes it a bit more sci-fi, even if it still is trying to be kind of a more grounded city style theme. These rings here, this just makes me want to play Prey. Play 2017's Prey, great game. And a sailboat. That's funny. I actually saw someone build this here in real life, as they say. IRL, I think. But yeah, it was a fun little set. I think it actually floats with that whole piece and vinyl sail and all that with the dolphin. It's a good little set. Is that it? We just have a bunch of police, fire, and then a couple standard ones. I'm sure we'll get more down the line. All right, where are we at here? Ooh, wow. Okay, that took a bit longer than I anticipated. So we'll go through Friends real quick, and then we'll do Ninjago, and that might actually wrap up today's video. I might have to just cover the other ones because I don't want to go too long here. People lose interest these days. All right, we'll do Friends quick, and then hop over to Ninjago. Hamster Playground. All right, that is a thing. It's yeah, decent price. These newer kind of slide hamster pieces have been in a few sets. New leaf piece, at least from what I've seen. It's a bit more detailed. We'll see how well it matches. I feel like this isn't the best color for it, but maybe in some different colors it would look better. Also, these new kind of, what are those? They're curved pieces. Lots of interesting pieces in this one. Stargazing. Oh, so this comes back to our space thing. And apparently they're just tacking this space label onto a variety of sets across different themes, which is interesting. It's almost like a little mini theme that has other themes. Like, what's the theme? Is the theme space, or is the theme Friends sub-theme space? It's interesting. But yeah, this looks okay. It's an interesting backdrop thing. I wonder if this could you put a phone up here and use like a Stargazer app or something? Not sure. It might just be a backdrop for recording, but there's that. We have a mall. Have we gotten a mall in Friends yet? I don't know if there has been. So this is new. Yeah, escalators. This layout kind of makes me think of Fusion Frenzy for some reason. Why? I don't know. But some foliage. Shops. Looks like we have a couple different ones. This looks good. How much is it? It doesn't say yet. So 100. I'm gonna guess probably 120 USD. That would be my guess. Another space set. This one's kind of like a base with those big like bubble domes that you see in all the sci-fi stuff. Spaceship's a little squatty, but I guess that provides some good interior space. Is this a new color for this crystal piece? I feel like it is. Again, this is just off the cuff. I didn't in-depth research every single set because then we'd be here for days and no one's got time for that. Mobile bakery food cart. This is kind of quirky. It's basically a mascot figure just made out of figures, or a mascot figure made out of regular bricks. So interesting thing. Wonder if they'll count that as a minifigure. Just some more of these pet sets because people like small animals because they're adorable and cute, and Who's gonna argue? Tiny accessory store. A lot of good priced sets. I feel like Lego has been really hitting out of the park with their sub $15 sets. Just really just knocking it out of the park lately. To use a baseball metaphor, I guess that's what we're doing here. Because clearly I'm a big sports person. Electric car and charger. This looks fine. I feel like there's a few too many colors in this. The car looks kind of weird. I appreciate that it is at least trying to be original. It's not some obviously trying to remake a specific electric car brand. It almost looks like a drop top Volkswagen Beetle. Interesting reuse of I believe that's the Mario piece, the Super Mario piece as a solar panel. But yeah, these these 15 and under sets, really good usually. Karaoke party. This feels like it would go very well as a companion set to the Disco Arcade, which I picked up the other year, and I really enjoyed that set. So this is kind of almost a miniaturized version of that stage. Same kind of colors used for the window, even got the blue there. Only thing that's missing is the trans neon green window right there. That would have made it match perfectly. Too bad. Cat Playground Adventure. It's a cat tower. Again, cats and animals are cute, and who's gonna argue? All right, Heart Lake Ambulance. This looks a bit too large because there was a similar city set, but I think it was cheaper. So this is a very large. It's an 8 stud wide. I feel like there would have been a way to accomplish this with less pieces, but maybe the designer just had to fit a budget or something. All right, vintage fashion store. This looks good. It's a little less than half the price of what the mall will probably be. Yeah, it's fine. Pet adoption, more pets. Okay. All right. Yeah. It's 400 pieces. Yeah, that's. I'm sure people will like that. I feel like the smaller sets honestly did. The smaller sets did more with this for less, in my opinion. I feel like if you picked up the smaller pet/animal sets, it would be a better deal than just getting that one. Heart Lake City Music Talent Show. Oh my gosh, is this deadmau 5, my favorite DJ? That's a joke. I know it's deadmau5. Don't leave a stupid comment. Yeah. Heart Lake City Music. This looks good. Almost looks like a knockoff. What's that? What was that series? Not Dots. The one that was basically Dead on Arrival. Why can't I think of it? The music one. Lego DJ. What? I'm totally blanking on the name of that series. That Video. There we go. Video. This looks kind of like a Lego video set, which is not bad. That is a compliment. I thought that for the most part, the Lego video sets actually looked very good. I just wasn't interested in the app or any of that part at all, and so I didn't want to pay for something that I would not fully use, if that makes sense. Animal Farm Sanctuary. I like this one better than the Pet Show. It's got some good builds. I like that windmill. It looks good. And Popstar Music Tour Bus. This probably goes very well with the stage. But this is almost like a kind of Polly Pocket play feature with the spinning and rotating changing room, I assume, is what that will be. But yeah, this looks fine, but I think I liked the stage more. especially for that price. Wow, how much was the stage? Oh, the stage is cheaper? Yeah, I feel like the stage is a much nicer set piece. Yeah, Ollie and Paisley's family houses. Okay, interesting. We get 2 houses. I think that might be a first for Friends. So, yeah, there's that. And Heart Lake Hospital. Wow, this is massive. This looks very large. Okay, about 100 USD. Another helicopter. And it looks fine. I think they've done hospitals before. This might be the biggest Friends one so far. Uh, are those the same Friends as the minifigures, or same babies as the minifigure ones? I would assume so. But yeah. And farm animal vet clinic. So another small pet set. Hot dog food truck, another food-shaped automobile. Clearly kind of trying to look like a certain brand of bologna, or maybe not. Could just, but that's what it makes me think of. Horse and pony. This 4+ set, yeah, you see the chassis. So it's going to be more basic. Looks fine. Also reasonably priced. Yeah, the price per part is never great on these 4+ sets, but at least this one, it looks fine. Now this one, when I saw, I really liked it, actually. It is very, very pricey. We're getting almost up into modular building level there, which makes sense because the footprint is about the size of a modular building. I think it's about the same size, so it makes sense that it would be about the same price. There's a large volume of bricks on this. These sideways flowers and bushes are a little funky, but this house looks great. I like the modern aesthetic, and I like the colors. It's almost like I feel like if you exchanged all the colored parts for white, then you'd end up kind of with Edna's house from Incredibles. And yeah, this random car is interesting, but it makes sense because there's a garage and lots of minifigures. Yeah, this looks great, and in another time I might have actually picked this up, but I don't know if that's gonna be a thing that I will get, but maybe. I do like it. And that's the last one. Do we have time for Ninjago? Everyone's favorite evergreen. Besides City, of course, right? Which one is most popular? I think, does Ninjago still outsell City at this point? All right, we'll skip the poly bags. And Ninjago Micro City, that's interesting. I guess is this a gift with purchase? It doesn't say. All right, Ninjago, 4+ set. It's a dragon. This is a new piece, it looks like. Or is this whole bottom piece new? That's interesting. If this bottom piece includes like the bottom jaw of the dragon, then that seems incredibly specialized. So it'll be interesting to see what that piece looks like. But there's another one here. Okay. So maybe, oh, it's a whole series. Interesting. Yeah, so that, I guess if it's a whole series, it would make sense that they created a specialized piece for that. Yeah, I wonder if there's some sort of play feature built into this, if it like launches something from the mouth, or if, I don't know, that piece is interesting with the slot for the legs. All right, another 4+ set. This is very This reminds me a lot of like an MCU set. This looks very MCU-ish. Alright, Jay's Battle Mech. No. This isn't a 4+ set. It's just one of those mech suit style sets that they have done for the past couple of years and across various themes. I don't particularly care for them. I'd prefer the mech to have like a built-up torso a la Exoforce. They had some smaller mechs that I liked the design of, but yeah, that's just a preference. I think I don't think either one is particularly better, so to speak, from a build perspective. Cole's Elemental Earth mech. So I like it's built up a bit more. Still uses those pre-bent pieces, but in a way that doesn't make it incredibly obvious. There's enough brick-built construction around it. And reasonably priced, I think, for the volume of stuff that you get. Ooh, I really like this one. This is very reminiscent of Bionicle G2, I think, with the gold and the pauldrons and stuff, and the swords. Very, very Bionicle G2, and fun side build here. Yeah, I like that. I like this one more than Cole's, and it's nice that the budget allowed for an extra little side build. I think that's an excellent decision on the designer's part there. All right, another elemental mech. This one looks very. The villain mech looks very bare bones. It looks like you could just knock it over with a. I don't know. You could just knock it right over. It doesn't seem very stable. This one looks good, and it's only a little bit more expensive than the solo mechs. Yet another dragon. Dragons are cool, so who's gonna argue? Yeah, this doesn't look like it does anything particularly new in the Ninjago dragon realm. It looks pretty similar to a lot of stuff we've seen before. But again, if LEGO keeps making stuff, people obviously like it, and people who didn't get the dragons 2 years ago will have a chance to get a dragon now. All right, some that we don't have. What is this? Why is this so expensive? Oh, it's a junior set. I still call them juniors sometimes, but it's a 4+ set. So that makes sense. It's got one of those Technic competition cannons or whatever they call them nowadays. Another elemental mech. Okay. See, this one uses that same torso piece, but I feel like it is built up in a way that looks better to me. So I like this one better than the previous built up one. A bunch that don't have pictures yet. Huh. I thought we'd had more pictures for Ninjago by now, but I guess they're not up. So we'll go ahead and wrap up the video for today. If you enjoy the content, do leave a comment. I like to read those and see your thoughts. Are there any of these sets that you're excited for? And maybe if this does well, we'll take a look at some other 2024 sets in the near future. I know I'm definitely late to the party on this. Everyone else has already talked about them ad nauseum, but I still think it's fun. So once again, thank you for watching Board Games, Bricks, and Hobbies. Take care. Bye.